Hello everyone, back again. Sorry for the little delay between episodes. My holidays were a little hectic. I moved into a new place and working a lot, so I got a little delayed into editing this episode. We shot this in late December. This was just before the holidays. But anyway, let's get into it. This episode, the subject of this episode, Nevada. She gracefully invited us into her home to be able to shoot using natural light. It was great to be able to get indoors. The winter been a little brutal here in Edmonton, a little pretty cold, especially that day was very cold, so being able to shoot indoors was very nice. Here we did a test with some Polaroid Insta-Wide. I forgot to take the Polaroids back home, so I couldn't scan them, so I can not show you the final result, but it was very helpful to be able to have a look at what the light would be like. In any case, the first roll I shot was some TriX 400. We were close, we used this big window that gave us some beautiful natural light. Here you can see I was using a silver reflector to bounce some light back into the subject to reduce the dynamic range from the outdoor window and the interior light. Some shots I found the silver reflector was maybe a little too much, giving a very flat look, kind of like a frontal light. And then I use here I'm using the white side of the reflector, which is a little softer, less punchy. Main thing is for me is getting those highlights in the eyes. So getting that reflector gives nice highlights. And once we were done with the TriX, we switched to some Portra 400. Really happy with this setup by the window. The light was very nice. The sun was setting. This was around 3 p.m. I was probably shooting at around 100th of a second. I was always around 2.8 on the 110. I also made sure to use the 180 4.5 lens. Most of the episodes so far I was using only the 110, and I haven't been using the 180 too much. So I made sure to give it a go, try it more, back off a little bit from the subject, give some space. And I also found that with the 110, when I was going for the close-ups, a lot of distortion that I didn't really like in the headshots. So having the 180 gives I don't know, less distortion, I guess. I definitely want to have more opportunities to just work with big, large windows, natural light, that's all you really need. Back when 110 here, silver reflector, bringing a little light in. Nice. Shoulders a little out of focus, but it's all good. And then here, I don't know, I probably rotated the camera. Yeah, or rotated it horizontally, getting another shot. Playing with the curtains. Sun sets around 4 p.m. Gets pretty dark, and if you're shooting at the native ISO of your film stock around 400, or even worse if you're using a 160, it's quite hard to get this can be challenging to get a decent exposure. After we were done with that location, that area, we moved to the kitchen. I placed a strobe outside. At this time it was probably like close to 4 p.m. The sun was close to going down the horizon. I wasn't able to get a decent shutter speed, so I decided to add a strobe outside. There was like large windows that I could shoot through. Also diffused the light. Shot a Polaroid as a test shot. In the end, I wasn't really happy with how the light was looking. Wasn't too happy with that, so placed the strobe behind, decided to backlit it. Also added a muslin fabric on the window to help diffuse the light so that it would wrap around the subject. And yeah, pretty happy with how that looked. I have a lot of trouble focusing using the diopter that comes with the waist level viewfinder. A lot of shots are out of focus or slightly out. You know, like this one. It's acceptable on web display or in this video, but you definitely cannot print that. So, especially with the backlight, it's hard. You don't get too much contrast within the subject, so it's hard to for me to be able to nail the focus. These shots were alright. I preferred looking down the table. Here did some midways close-up portraits, headshots. It was alright. This one's pretty nice. Nail the focus here. You see me often triggering the flash and then taking the shot. My strobe goes to sleep, and just make sure to trigger it before I take the shot so that I don't take a shot and the flash strobe doesn't trigger, thus I'm wasting a frame. So I'm always reaching for the pocket wizard, triggering the flash, taking it out sleep mode, and then I take the shot. Here again, focus missed slightly. The eyes are out of focus, and it's a shame because I really like these shots where I was a little backed up. Here, I had in Lightroom I had to bring down the exposure. Not these ones, but the ones where the subject was close to the window. They were very overexposed. I guess I probably misread the the reading of my light meter, or I metered it wrong. And then we ran out of footage. We shot for about 3 hours, and my videographer didn't expect this to be taking so long, and only brought a battery or a memory card, and we ran out of footage. So anyway, I don't have any fancy B-roll to end this episode with, but so yeah, that was a fun shoot. Thank you all for watching. Have a good week.